I worry about the little things before a gig. I'm like, have I got water? Where's my plectrum? Where is my plectrum? It's on stage. Is my guitar in tune? Are people going to actually show up?
Knock it off, I'm talking.
Has my life been a lie?
Has anyone else round here seen it? This side of town, this side of town.
We've got birthday cake in the green room, so that's sort of occupying a bit of brain.
I very much love you. There you go, I said it. I love you.
My name's John Seaton. I'm a singer, songwriter, guitarist from the mean streets of West Sussex. Yeah, when it comes to gigs, I guess I'm nothing if not experienced. The good, the bad, and the ugly. The amount of challenges at weddings where there's punch-ups, on cruise ships where there's an audience mainly asleep. There's a fist fight of band members one night on the dance floor in Dubai.
We've got a fucking green room. We've got a green room with chairs. As a person who's played several wedding gigs, you have no idea the value in a room that you can stand in and not be harassed by catering. It's just nice. It's just nice. They would give you.
It's weird how, even though I've played thousands of gigs really over the years, how emotional it gets for me, and how hyped up I get for it. And obviously, playing with great musicians tends to help that.
That's incredible.
I think being able to get people who like my music in a room together in the crowd is one thing, but being able to get all of us together before we went to the studio is really important. Yeah, it's kind of a beautiful thing to be able to make music with your mates. You know, you get the wheels turning a little bit, you get a bit of oil in the cogs, and you start just getting familiar with each other again in a way. It's like to get everyone together, you kind of want to do a little bit of catching up, but also hang out and have a laugh.
We ignore it or we ride it out, yeah! We ignore it or
The gig's done, we had a blast, we're off, we're going. It's time to make another record.
There's a hole on the ocean floor where both of us will soon belong.
Going into the studio in rural Wales to record the second album, which is called Sink, an album loosely based on the joyous concept of drowning. I've worked with pretty much everyone before. We've got a few people coming in who've not come in before. My very good friends Jump and Turner producing the record. It's a place we know and love, but yeah, new songs, some new people, some old friends, and just a week of making music. So that's lots of love.
I don't like the way Yoda's looking at me.
He's not looking at you. He's looking past you. He's looking through you.
Into my soul. Look at him.
He wouldn't waste time on you.
Look at him up there.
I am Sam Jump, and I am co-producing and co-engineering this album.
And I'm Sam Hamilton Turner, and I'm the other co-producer.
And I am full producing.
Yeah, I'm doing all of the producing. This is my assistant.
The rhythmic. The actual place I want this to go.
Yeah, so if you send...
Yeah, so we're here doing album 2, which John was planning whilst we were still working on album 1.
well. It's very sassy.
It's time to get to it. Time to get cracking. Time to press record and see where this next week takes us. We're starting on Ocean Floor, the first song on the album, and we're going to start with
And you come back in again on the push.
bassist.
Twitch. Do you want to mute me? I haven't got the ability to hear.
My name's Matt Aston, bass player. First met John in 2021 through Psy Treasure, actually. So he had been working with John, I think maybe for a year or so. Then following on from there, we ended up going in doing album number 1 here at Giant Wafer. Have done a few gigs sporadically since then. We're now back in for album number 2.
I'm Simon. I'm playing drums on the album. Ocean Floor is. I just love how the production sounds, and it's the first song on the album. So when I was listening through the demos, I was just really impressed with it, and I was like, "Oh, this is going to be cool." And obviously, starting with the most important thing. So I'm going to be right there at the top. So yeah, it's great.
Ocean Floor, I mean, that's one way to start an album, isn't it? Right? It's right in your face.
I wasn't sure what order the track list for the rest of the album was going to be, but I knew Ocean Floor was going to be the first one. Mainly because I wanted to do something different from the first record. The first record starts with a sort of slow building swell, whereas this starts with a musical punch in the teeth, really.
The way the demo played out gave it its order in the album. I mean, the way that we were hearing it was really big, full on, like, whoa, okay, like this album's begun. It starts with big heavy chords. Joe's put an incredible trumpet, motif riff on that, which is exactly what we're after.
3, 4. It's got some rate, it goes somewhere enough.
My name is Joe Tweedale, and I am the brass player. Playing, what am I playing? The French horn, the trumpet, and the flugelhorn for this. And I was introduced to John through Jump and Turner. We worked together a few years ago on another thing where I was playing a lot of brass, and it's just something I love to do. I don't get the opportunity that often to kind of come in and layer stuff and play out all the instruments I play.
Ocean Floor, it was kind of the one that started the idea of having a lot of water-based songs, I guess. I like the idea of the deeper you go in the ocean, the weirder sort of things you see down there. So it's a kind of an album about depth, I guess, more than just sinking.
There's a hole on the ocean floor where both of us will soon belong. Whether or not you swim down, well, it matters not, it happens now. The habits turn to rust, I swear.
Smashing, boys. I think probably honestly got it in that lot. Like, really good. I think maybe we just have a take with a bit more, playing around. See, like you care, like you want to be here.
Just do a good job.
Yeah, don't listen to him. Full of shit, that's like great. Before we can tell.
This classic 74.
Yeah.
I think all of these guys, instead of trying to technically stand out, they gave like an emotional performance, and that's exactly what we're after for a lot of these tracks.
Yeah, I think Matt and Si, with any drum and bass unit, they're just so tied together. They've worked outside of working with me, so seeing how fluid they can be with each other and how tight they are musically, like that's half of the battle a lot of time with rhythm sections. And yeah, it's great to just sit back and watch.
When you bring in people like Simon, really, really good session players, like you notice a difference immediately. Like as soon as you kind of set everything up, you get your first track on record, and it just makes it sound like it's always been there, and it's super tight, and it's such a relief. And okay, right, we're in really safe hands here. He's so good for that.
Yeah.
And in a sense, what he's able to do is kind of translate stuff right into real action. We can say what we want, but we wouldn't be able to sit there and tune a drum to the key of a song. It's never going to happen. He's sitting there doing it before we've even asked. It's like that's what you want.
Yeah.
And just worth his weight in gold. Like such a good drummer,
100%.
Unbelievably good.
And he's also someone that contributes ideas as well. He doesn't just kind of like waits to listen to what you're after. He can't, he'll come up with ideas. He'll be in here.
Yeah. Do you want to just do a little bit of marching for that verse? Yeah, that's it.
So he's a fantastic person to work with.
And then Matt on bass.
Yeah, total opposite. No, couldn't be further from. No, Matt is fantastic. It's just exactly the same league as Simon. Just fantastic. He knows his bass inside out. Can make up. You can just give him the 4 notes you're after, and he can work around that fantastically. I can say to him, more movement, and he'll just come up with a killer bass part, and it's phenomenal. It's like, oh my god, how have you done that? That's amazing.
We have a bassist in the wild just playing some strings. He's only got 4.
And the great thing about this, a bit of a joke, but I mean, we know that using Simon and Matt, we're gonna have to do so little editing, and honestly that makes such a difference.
Yeah, it makes our life easier, doesn't it?
Yeah, we can actually use their natural performance, and it's gonna be fantastic.
My name's Barnabas Shaw. I'm playing keys and piano on this album.
Alright, John, nice to meet you.
I got involved because I know Simon, who plays drums, and John was looking for a keys player. I answered the call, and here I am.
Another day, another hour, another song. Let's do River.
The piano has quite a prominent part in the River. It's quite a simple part all the way through, but I think it's incredibly strong.
We did the demo with just standing chords again, and now this is something that we kind of weren't 100% sure about. As soon as Barnabas has come in, he sat down at the piano, and he's just done the most phenomenal kind of like part ever, and it goes so well with these rolling toms and this rolling drum sound. It's just kind of like this trickling piano. It's fantastic throughout.
Yeah.
So that really is one of those examples of just where the musicians come in, and now the track is just it's glue. It's brilliant.
The River, I think, was the quickest it took me to write a song. So I wanted to have a chorus that's kind of like a mantra.
River keeps running on me, keeps running on me, keeps running. The river keeps running on me.
I think when John sent us the demo for the River initially, I had a little bit of trouble trying to work out where to take the production for it. Turner had done predominantly the demos for Electricity, and I think it was Cut the Engine was the other one that I was kind of like, I was like, okay, they're really cool. And I was looking at this project, I was like, okay, I think we should pull that into this, but in a slightly different way. And we chopped the track up into new sections, and we kind of positioned certain things and pulled in some of those influences. It's a nice thing to do as well, because you kind of get a bit more of a cohesive album, because you're borrowing from sounds you're already using in different songs.
The River is a really cool song, and yeah, I was able to put some cool tom parts in there.
I really loved playing this song. It's just a repeating series of chords essentially, so it really gives you the freedom to just to kind of stretch out as far as what to play on it, and some variances within the song and everything, and it really builds quite nicely. So yeah, really happy with how that one started sounding.
Jump and Turner took it in a direction where it gradually builds and builds, so that each sort of turnaround of that chorus mantra, other elements are added in, until the very end where it's just, yeah, pretty crazy. A lot of fuzzy guitars, a lot of wild drum fills, and yeah, just a kind of weird one where if you sort of listen to the first 10 seconds of it, you can't imagine it sounding like how the last 10 seconds of it sound, which I always like songs that do that. So yeah, it was a yes from me when they sent that demo over. Doesn't make any sense. I was just trying to get the notes right at this stage.
I know, yeah, but you know that first,
No.
you know that pull-off you did? That first note.
I want to make it a funk album.
No, India, it's just very pop telly, like.
Okay, let's stick it on. Yeah, let's
Really
stick it
simple,
on.
like. More you complicate it. Yeah.
Okay. Let's do. Okay, it's okay. I've got it. Thank you for that. That helps a lot. I was getting in my head about trying to be a good guitar player and do that again. Resonating was a song that I wrote on my iPad back in November 2022 in Texas. I'd gone on a work trip. We love a work trip. It's not so much the delivery, it's like, to say corporate work, it's the mindset, yeah, it's the strategy.
It is.
Let's circle back, resync, and do some blue sky thinking.
Good. I think I last very long in a corporate job. It's things like that.
Yeah, I think music's taken on a sort of, I have a different relationship with music than I did when I was younger. And I think that's probably because I'm retraining to be a counsellor. I started counselling, therapy, call it what you want, myself, just as I was writing the first record, really, which probably explains why a lot of those tunes came out. And my therapist at the time was like, you know, you'd make a really good counsellor. And I was like, yeah. And it's weird because when I think back to when I was 15, I kind of had this idea that I was either going to get into like psychology. I didn't even know it was called counselling back then, but whether I was going to get into that world or get into music, and music sort of, well, I did. Music took over really. I always kind of had it as a back thought, and then I had my own stuff to work through, I guess, and yeah, I just thought, oh, why not? Let's just go on like an intro course, and now we sit here 4 years later, almost qualified, so about a year away from being accredited and qualified and being able to help other people. Someone said to me years ago, it's not about being able to feel better, it's about being able to better feel.
Resonating, it starts much more kind of ethereal, and there's a lot of space and ambience and kind of the magical little noises and textures that aren't really parts or notes. They just kind of set this really nice sort of immersive, kind of listening experience.
Yeah, Resonating. It's a really nice track. It's sort of it's quite emotional, I think. And I love the kind of like the rising bass line as well, the bum 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 bum. I think we'll be putting a lot of brass to that. But yeah, it's just, I don't know, there's just sort of crunchy notes to it, and it's just a lovely track.
I especially enjoyed playing on Resonating. There's a great pulse to it. I really like sort of the early pulse in the piano, and then just the energy of the track is really great.
Yeah, so we gave him, some things to start with, and keys, and the main synth was something I was maybe getting to that stage of being attached to the demo. I'd heard it enough, like, well, that works. So I was curious to see what he'd do with it. And he put something in, I was like, oh, well, yeah, that's just better. So that very sort of first synth you hear, the kind of sort of slight wobble to it, that's now really sort of fundamental part of that track, and it's really, really cool.
Original demo I had for this song, it was like a techno song, because I didn't have any instruments on me when I was playing it, or putting it together in a hotel room in Texas. So it kind of was very, very different, and it took a lot of persuasion from Jonathan Turner to just send them an acoustic guitar and a vocal for this. They sent something back which is completely different, but it's almost like it sounds like a different song. The vocal melody and all that stuff hasn't changed at all.
It's resonating. It's resonating.
Oh, that's weird. Oh, did you go?
Yeah, I could hear you.
I can hear you at all, no? Alright, here we go.
I've seen it better than you, even with my eyes closed. You're getting better removed. You run until your legs go. Fall out of reach, flake out of anything new. Foregoing speech, you're heading into an open spiral.
Electricity was written out of jealousy. I heard someone I used to work with was writing or released a song, someone I didn't speak to anymore, and I had to guess quite a difficult relationship with. And I just picked up my guitar and wrote, "I do it better than you." And then I was like, I can't write that. I'm not a gangster rapper. I can't have that level of ego. So they kind of, the lyric morphed from "I do it better than you" to "I see it better than you, even with my eyes closed," which is kind of about seeing, so kind of taking the idea of jealousy and pushing that out of the window. I think that was the first one Jumper Turner sent over to me.
Excellent.
I was like, wow, they've really done something special with this, because it just sounds wicked. It just sounds great. And I think it was it was the consensus. This is a single. We have to have this as a single. We then went through some troubles towards the end of the song, trying to figure out the sound we wanted for the solo.
You should end on that last note being hit rather than slid into. Yeah. And then let it ring out and kind of bend a little bit.
I think what we did in the studio is we just decided, okay, well, what we like about the sound we're trying to capture is more the idea of having a unique guitar sound at the end that makes it stand out. So we kind of took our noses away from the glass, I guess, in a way, and just focused on making something cool and unique and not comparing ourselves to other guitar tones and sounds. So yeah, we got through it, but there was a little bit of hurdle at the end.
What do I say now? What do I say now?
Actually, not just there. I had a massive argument with Jump in the studio about where I was singing a certain section. Yeah, I think it's important to bring some humour, have a laugh, but as you'll notice when I step through those doors and go into the vocal booth and shut that door, it's game time for me. You know, it's serious. This is what I'm here to do.
Come on baby, Go ballistic for electricity. Yeah. Shaka Khan.
Okay, that's... Oh, no, it isn't.
No. Hello. Is there anybody out there? Frank Sinatra, live at the lounge. Fuck it up, guys. Wrong words. If you worked for Heinz Baked Beans and then you went round someone's house and they made you beans on toast, could you say, is that a busman's holiday? I don't know. Lord, forgive me.
There has been, and always will be, differences of opinion in the studio. However, occasionally I will have a very blinkered view and distrust even the closest people around me when they can clearly see on a screen where I should be singing, and I'm in a little cupboard thinking I am Mariah Carey and know exactly what's going on.
You've still... Right, firstly, okay, just to clarify, I think we both get confused. Let me say my piece. So the last two lines, I said things of which I am not proud, and what do I say now are different from what's on the first chorus.
However, I've still got the first chorus going.
You said things which I am not... Which is not how it is going to be.
Said things
There it is.
for which I am not proud.
That one's fine, but there's another one on there that's doing the first... So
I want you to track down that stem.
Okay,
I said things for which I am not proud.
Are you ready for the last line then?
I don't know, it depends what you send me.
Let's be honest, it's a fucking lottery at this point. It's not the people's postcode lottery.
No, not those lines. Just to confirm, that's lines 3 and 4. We're doing the last two lines, which are I said things of which I am not proud.
This one, yeah.
That you just gave me some days you get knee deep, won't even see me. Not doing them. That's fine.
Oh my god, just sing the bit then. Just sing the bit.
I was waiting for it and you stopped.
That was it.
That's it. Brilliant.
See? Easy. 16 minutes that took you to find the right bit to drop me in Jump. Now let's double it.
16 minutes. Was it 16
that
minutes?
That was a great breakdown in communication. That really was.
It's the best one, and I'm glad it's not filmed.
Alright, let's do verse 2 again.
What?
Verse 2, I think we can get a better take of verse 2.
You're winding me up.
No, I'm not. Seriously, like these bits here.
Newsflash, that was verse 1. Yeah.
Got anything
What,
in there.
what are you talking about?
Right here, that there. That's the one.
What's happened?
I'm hearing. No! Pull yourself back. You're hearing yourself back.
That's the wrong take, because it should just be
Mistakes were made, mainly on my part, mainly from my endless badgering of my dear, softly spoken friend Jump. And it's a shame. It's a shame that I went there, and it's a shame I chose the language I chose. Mostly because if I had been right, at least there would be some validation at the end of it. But the reality is, I was very wrong in where I thought we were in the track.
What do I say now?
So what happened is I sung the wrong. Okay.
Come on.
Well, I'll apologise later.
She came in to
All
tell
right.
us. Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
Would it be possible to do a take, please? If you've got a moment, just whenever you're ready.
Sweet.
All right.
Drop me off where you like.
Is the guitar solo okay?
Yeah, it's great, mate.
Okay.
Grovelling
so
John.
much.
Alright, let's go.
Humbling.
Do you want to hear the end of your vocal going into that?
No, thank you.
Alright, so 2 bars and you're in.
Okay, that works for me. Thank you very much. This is a heartfelt apology. Sorry, Jump, and anyone watching that. I didn't mean it. I was wrong, and won't do that again. I'll just be nice in the future. Till the next one.
It's terrible not to see you. It's terrible not to
I always want to have something different in the middle of a record to separate side A and side B. On the last record it was one that was just purely acoustic, called it Impervious. But with this I kind of had the idea of some sort of interlude or something short to kind of separate the two, really.
So I have to say, I think Terrible, even though I'm guessing it's the shortest song, I think it might be my favourite.
Terrible was cool actually, because we changed the groove up from the demo. So I thought the demo had a fine groove, but Turner was kind of pushing me to see if I could come up with something else. And initially I was kind of like, oh, what's on the demo is fine. But I'm glad that he did, because we came up with a cool part in the end.
Interludes are tricky because they're not really a song in the traditional sense. Like, the idea is that they sit a little bit separately from the rest of the album, or they act as a transition.
This was originally like a full song, and my wife's the best critic out there. She'll tell you when it's good, but she'll also tell you when it's bad. Walked in when, nah, that's too long, that. She was right in that it needed to be shorter, but I liked what was there. And again, I had this idea of it just being loads of acoustic guitars and swirly effects, and gave it to Jump and Turner, and they put a Casio 8-bit keyboard on there, and I was like, that's it. It's weird, and it's not acoustic. And then they brought in some other stuff. And to be honest, I still don't quite know how this one's going to turn out after we come out of the studio, but I kind of like that.
Well, it's going to... Yeah, maybe not.
Yeah, cool, fair enough.
What are you thinking?
Like there. Just digging in hard, basically, so I can not.
It's just the pickup sound, basically. It's when you're at...
Great, okay.
Yeah, Borrowed Time. It's punchy. I love it. It's funky. I would headbang to it probably. Not whilst I'm playing the trumpet though. I think that would be really difficult. But yeah, I love it. I love the punchy chords and the rising chords for that as well.
Borrowed Time is the oldest song on the record. We like to get to a point where we can send the demos off at least like a couple months before, and everything was in place. And I listened back to Borrowed Time after we sent it, and I was like, nah, still not right. So in classic John Seaton style, we shoved the tempo up like 40 BPM and made it super fast. Put a key change in at the end. I never normally do this, but I've rewritten the lyrics to this song, like full rewrite of everything other than the chorus. No one is adding it up. Yeah, this has been a battle to get this one. No, battle's not strong enough. It's been a war to get this song recorded.
I'd be really keen to hear what John sent us initially for Borrowed Time, because it is a million miles away, I'm pretty sure, from what we've got now.
Yeah, it's just like full on party mode. Everyone's involved. All the instruments are doing the melody. Everyone's chanting it. The lead synth. I mean, this is like Barnabas in a nutshell. Like, we had a cool lead synth. It kind of worked, but we are open to change. He's like, yeah, I've got some ideas, and we were kind of messing. And he's put one in. We're like, oh, it's so good.
I love it, and it's the most catchy. So it's fast paced. It's got a trumpet. It's got weird synth sounds. It's almost impossible to sing. It's almost impossible to play drums that fast for that long. So yeah, we were all pushed in the making of this. But yeah, I'm glad it's pretty much done until I change my mind again. We've got Joe coming in on trumpet, flugelhorn, mainly for the comedy name Flugelhorn. So I'm excited to have like a new person come into the fold specifically. We've not had horns on anything before.
So we worked with Joe on a previous EP with a different artist, and working with him then, we knew that he's just a safe pair of hands basically, and very, very good at what he does.
Right. We got it. Apparently.
I knew from that experience we had with Joe and Meg that it was going to be a magical kind of moment, hearing all of that brass come together.
Exactly what it was. Magical. Yeah.
We sat down in the morning before Joe came down, and we'd gone through all the tracks bit by bit. And as we were listening to Ocean Floor, between us had some ideas, and then John was like, trumpet solo in this bit, and
like it was nothing.
Guitar solo, trumpet solo. And we were like, yeah, trumpet solo. Okay, cool.
Even though that solo was kind of thrust upon me about an hour ago, they were like, yeah, you'll nail it, and we did, and that's for me like. As a performer, that just makes me feel so comfortable and confident.
I would love to know what was going through his head at that point. To rock up first thing that, there's an extra solo for you here.
Yeah. Oh.
But he took it like a champ, so fair play to him.
That smile could be beguiled. What other songs out there have got the word beguiled in them? Answers on a postcard. Digital postcard.
Okay, here we go then. Let's have a listen.
Me when I'm going down to you. He won't stop, cut the engine off. He won't stop till the feeling's all too much. Won't stop, cut the engine off. He won't stop cause the feeling's not enough.
A lot of these songs are paired on this album, so they're like a call and response, or each one's a different side to an argument. Some on this record, some not. But Cut the Engine is kind of a response to the story of resonating. Resonating's kind of about someone being with someone that's it's not healthy, but they can't really see it. And cut the engine is kind of being able to see it, is being able to realise like this isn't going to stop, this is going to continue until you cut this person out of your life.
Cut the Engine was really cool because we actually split the drum tracking between the live room and the dead room. So we did the first half in the dead room, starting off with a tight sound, and then we went into the big live room, and it opens up later on in the song. So I'm excited to hear that, how that comes together.
So Cut the Engine ended up being quite a hard one to get through. It's a kind of tricky sort of galloping bass part, but ended up sounding really great. Like I said, it's a fantastic song, and I think the way it sounded, even just with the bass and drums recorded, is great. So really excited to hear how that one's going to sound.
There is a weird thing that Turner made me sit there for a very long period of time playing one single string. So you hear the start, ding 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 ding. Just imagine that throughout the whole 4 minutes of me just going ding 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 ding. You know, I did it. I did it. I went there. You know, that was the challenge, I guess, for me, not to go on guitar and just stick on one note. So simple in a way, a simple lyric, a simple guitar part, but then some wild tribal galloping horse on a treadmill drums.
This will be the loudest it'll go, okay?
I'm looking forward to when it happens.
Yeah.
Keeping it all together till your fist goes through the wall.
This is the song that I always wanted to write. I always wanted to write a song that had some sort of real depth to the lyric without being massively obvious. I also like the juxtaposition of, as I had on the last record, something that's quite upbeat musically, but also quite downbeat lyrically. This one's kind of different in the sense that musically it's sort of like quite a tranquil swell until the end, but even then it never really goes into like fifth gear. It's kind of like gradually swelling. It's quite beautiful, especially having Barn on piano. But the lyrics are kind of a mix of a few things. Some is about anger, a kind of misplaced anger, and there's a lyric, there's the obvious lyric about, you know, punching walls. So I guess it's kind of about taking responsibility for your own anger and not pointing your finger at the rest of the world, which is where the lyrics sort of came from. But then also this idea of like, well, where do you expect people to go? Like there's so much temptation to. It's so much easier to point the finger at other people and blame them for your mistakes. So it's kind of misplaced anger, or just like the anger that someone's chosen to put into something rather than put the mirror in front of themselves, really. So that's kind of where it came from. I spent a lot of my younger years pointing the finger and judging other people, but it's almost certainly because I didn't really work on who I was as a person. So there is a layer of that. There's a lot of these songs are stories kind of about other people, but they're all also a little bit about me because you kind of see yourself in other people in certain ways.
Blame yourself, not the world around you. We've been worrying about you. We're all worrying about you. Worrying about you.
I've not worked with Barn before, and another recommendation. So Sai also recommended Matt many moons ago, but I asked him about, have you got a piano player? Because the first time we went in the studio, there's this amazing grand piano, and none of us knew how to play it.
We knew that it was going to be good. We didn't know how good it was going to be, but yeah, working with Barnabas, just a like top tier musician.
There's a funny thing that happens when you haven't worked with someone before. Despite, absolutely trust Simon, it's his recommendation. So Barnabas on his way, I think it's fine, it's going to be good. But until he sits down and plays something, there's always just a bit of an unknown. The moment he sat down, first song, put it on, we gave him a really loose idea of what we wanted. One take, and it was basically perfect. It was just a big, right, we're fine. The album's in good hands.
Yeah, this is gonna be good.
Yeah, and I think Simon probably had the same feeling as well. It was his recommendation. Like,
the second record's going to be a lot more piano and keys led and have more of that backbone to it as opposed to too guitar heavy. I mean, it's quite unusual to have bring another player into the fold, but again, when you get a recommendation from Sai about a musician, it's always tends to be a good one. Well, it has always been a good one so far. But yeah, I think just having that sound and having that layer of sound is going to be really interesting and exciting, and being able to see all of the equipment in the studio be used and have some new sounds and new stuff, new textures. The boy Jump and Turner would say textures at this point.
We're leaving a very small space for vocals.
Vocals are overrated over this thing.
Whoa, that's great.
Can I hear the...
Why'd you put the blame on me? I was only saying that I didn't want to leave.
The Tide was a song born out of necessity, in that I had 9 tracks ready and I couldn't. You can't do an album that's single figures. So I had to write another song, and I just chucked Tide together, and I sent all 10 songs over to Jump and Turner, and they were like, Tide's the best one. That's the best one.
Until the tide's out. Until the tide's out. Until the tide's out. Until the tide's out.
Well, The Tide is a really interesting track, and it's been on a bit of a journey. It was quite different, the original way that John sent us. And then the demo we put together is again quite different from what we've ended up with.
I was thinking that might be.
Yeah, I was going to say one lower.
Yeah.
Slower. Deep picture as well, fuck it.
This is worthless giving until the tide's out. Until the tide's out.
the idea of like basing it around that kind of groove.
I don't think it's gonna.
I like that idea though.
Loaded question for you, Joe. Are you dead set on it being this song that has that groove? Because there's probably other songs on the record that can fit that groove, or that we could try it with that might be more. Or are you dead set on it being this song?
No, I only wanted to try that idea on this song because I wasn't 100% on how straight it was. But how straight it is does suit the rest of it. But if we do go for that, we do change the bass up that much, so I think it's going to change the whole of the rest of the song.
Yeah,
it will.
Yeah. But that's no bad thing if it's like a better direction.
Yeah.
The right one.
I mean, the bass, really fun. I think we sent the demo to Matt. The chords haven't really changed that much, but the demo we sent to Matt was just like 4 notes, just driving notes. He's played a really fun, funky, driven bass part.
major piano part on it.
Major piano
did
part,
not
yeah.
exist before Barnabas came along. And again, one of those tracks where we sprung it upon him as he arrived. Oh, that demo we sent you, forget that. You need to write a whole new thing.
Yeah. This is not going to be that. Yeah, I think we'll just drop you in for the bridge.
Yeah.
From the bridge, and then the last chorus. Yeah, and just rock in for that.
Up there.
Yeah.
The Tide is probably my favourite song on the record, and it's good fun, big anthem, lots of energy. Yeah, really enjoyed it.
Very
nice. Yeah,
That's
that's
cooking
awesome.
now.
Very
nice.
There we go.
Call it life, call it fate. Give her some kind of break. This is not what you want. Does it matter? Out of luck, heaven's gate. Make it last, don't make me wait. This is not what you want. It doesn't matter. Paper, thin lies. I chose sunlight for you.
I feel weird talking about armoured clothing, but I'll try. It's about someone specifically. I wrote it about someone I used to work with when I was on cruise ships, and she was young. She is younger than me, and she got breast cancer, and things weren't looking good. And I hadn't really kept in touch with her, and it was just this weird thing of sort of finding out secondhand that someone younger than you can die, and it just felt really alien to me. But I was in this very room, and I just picked up a guitar and wrote that song.
Armour Clothing is a really, really beautiful song, and I think it was actually one of the songs we were sent for the previous album. For whatever reason, it didn't go on that album, but I think it was one of our favourite songs. And I'm so glad it's on this album, because it's fantastic.
Yeah, Armoured Clothing, we spent quite a bit of time on this one, because it's closing the album, and it's really soft, and it's got a lot of lovely brass in. We layered everything. We layered trumpet, French horn, flugelhorn, 2 or 3 times on each instrument. I feel like that might come across better on the trumpet, but I think it's nice to do all those long notes. And yeah, it's just it feels really, I don't know, really soft and lovely.
Yeah, so Armoured Clothing, again, I know I've been saying this a lot, but it's John's writing, a lovely song to record on. It's another one of those songs that has a lot of these repeating kind of chord ideas throughout it, which really just means you have the space to expand and think about what you're playing and add some variance and some growth throughout the song. Yeah, probably also joint top, I think, as far as I'm concerned.
We first started with just the marching snare part, then we put some toms, played with soft mallets, and then we did some cymbal washes. And yeah, it just came together in a really cool way, so I was happy with that one.
There's the idea of like, you can't keep going, like eventually you'll get too old for this. So it's kind of the existential sort of stuff of like, how long are you going to be around here? And it was really hard. We also, recording wise, we did it in a high highly pressured and slightly dysfunctional for recording, to record the vocal and the acoustic at the same time live. And I kind of felt that pressure, but I knew it would take a lot. I think I even said it at a time of like, oh, don't know how many more times I can do this, always that effect, because I kind of, you have to, especially when you're doing both the acoustic and the vocal, I always try and put everything I can into it, but there's a point where you can kind of cross too far into it and you become a blubbering mess over a microphone, and that's not a good take, typically. So I kind of had to hold myself back, and there's a challenge in being able to do that. It's quite a raw song to end with, but also there's trumpets in it, and there's some beautiful, it feels like almost like a campfire song. So it's kind of, yeah, it's got a muted end to an album as opposed to the first record, which was the crescendo. The crescendo has already happened on the Tide, really. So it's, yeah, it's more like picking through the wreckage of the album as opposed to, yeah, being at the party. Maybe it's the morning after, I don't know. But yeah, a different way to end, but yeah, a somber, reflective way as well. I think the thing as well is we're all individuals, and like we've all got private lives, we've all got personal lives, and undoubtedly we've all got stuff going on. So I think being away from all that can be really good. Like, it can be really healthy to take yourself away of the day-to-day, not just the boredom of day-to-day life, taking the bins out, but also, like, you know, we've all got stuff going on, and I think being able to remove yourself away from that and get your teeth into something else. And although those things haven't gone away, you still got to take the bins out, your emotional bins as well as your physical bins. Like, you kind of have a different perspective of it. You have a different perspective. And for me, and I think a lot of the other guys, yeah, you kind of have a fresh look on life and the world because you've taken some time to do something you deeply care about and parked all that stuff for a little bit of time.
As I try to reach the surface, now you're gone.
This song was originally written when sharing a flat with my girlfriend of the time, and I thought it'd be a great idea to get up ridiculously early on a Saturday and bring her in coffee. I then tripped over and spilt the coffee everywhere on new, freshly white linen. I thought, that's an idea. Don't worry, she married me in the end. It's fine. Hey! No regrets, babe. What was that? A bit Top Gun, wasn't it? Anyway,
I love being able to write songs of my own. I do it from the privacy of this room, but ultimately that sometimes is a mistake because I can build myself up to thinking I'm better than I am. And fortunately, I have a wife who's loving and caring enough to be able to be brutally honest at times, pop her head through this door and say, nah, not your best. As crestfallen as I can be at those times, she also pops her head in. She did the other day, walked in and went, that's fucking great. And I was like, oh, is it? So I guess what I'm saying is my wife gives me the feedback that I might not necessarily like, but definitely the feedback that I need.
my wife turned to me the other night and she said, John, what was I thinking? No, she didn't say that. She said, what song's your favourite? And I was like, okay, there is one that I was like, I don't know where this song came from. I don't know how I wrote it. But if there's one song that I want to be remembered for, it's this one. It's about realising that you can't be a selfish prick for all of your life. You can give up and become a bit of a team. So I dedicate this to my favourite team member, my wife, Alex.
Higher, higher up, honey, you're higher. Higher up, honey, you're higher. Higher up, honey, you're higher. Higher up.
She'll be watching this with her head in her hands, but I literally couldn't write without her
I wouldn't have been able to do this. It's no coincidence that the restarting of me writing songs came around about the same time I met her. That's not a coincidence. Like, there's good reason for that. And I hate that she's right. I hate that she's right about the shit ones actually being shit and the good ones being good. But there you go.
Captivating, exasperate my life. And I thought I'd never settle, instigate, negotiate my rights. Now we're lifting some heavy metal.
Quite unusual and maybe slightly greedy of me to work with not just one producer but two. However, working with them doesn't feel like work because we're more friends, really.
When we first met John and us had been on interesting kind of musical journeys up to that point. We were working together like, this is really, this is great. This, what we're doing here, this is kind of why we're doing it. And he was like, yeah, me too. It's about enjoying the process. And I think that is something that we really massively align on. And it's about really, really enjoying the process and making something that you can be really proud of in the future.
The fact we get to make music together it's a really good bonus, but it is, secondary to the loving friendship and the just endless piss taking, really, which I think is paramount in any relationship.
Thank you, good night. See you at the bar.
And that's it. That's the record.
Another warning I forgot, but all the bad advice I saved. And now a tide of pain is coming, and I'm pulled under a wave. Lord, forgive me, I know not what I do. Hell, forget me when I'm going down to you. Lord, forgive me, I know not what I do. Hell, forget me when I'm going down to you. He won't stop, cut the engine off. He won't stop till the feeling's all too much. Won't stop, cut the engine off. He won't stop 'cause the feeling's not enough. And in the morning I forgot the bad advice I gave. Until that tide of change starts running, I'll get pulled under the wave. Lord, forgive me, I know not what I do. Hell, forget me when I'm going down to you. Lord, forgive me, I know not what I do. Hell, forget me when I'm going down to you. he isn't. He won't stop, cut the engine off. He won't stop till the feeling's all too much. Won't stop, cut the engine off. Won't stop, cause the feeling's not enough. He won't stop, cut the engine off. I know he won't stop till the feeling's all too much. Won't stop, cut the engine off. Won't stop, cause the feeling's not enough. Glorified, spinning out the same old lies, hidden from the world outside. My spirit is a boat capsized. Rode those highs, but my vessel had a hole inside. I hid in it and closed my eyes, a reminiscent pit to slide. Cause no one is adding it up. No one is adding it up. No one is adding it up. Cut the engine off. Won't
Shit balls on my balls. I kind of got into therapy, like it's crap. Got into, we'll cut that out.
desperately, I'm in trouble and it's calling me. I'm a prisoner beyond release, facing up to his reality. People please, couldn't see it through the eyes I keep. Everybody felt the lack of sleep, but now there's no one falling at my feet. Cause no one is adding it up. No one is adding it up. No one is adding it up.
We'll go fucking hard.
Dancing.
Delicious levels, Will.
It's amazing. There's sheep.
You might notice I've got a nose strip across here.
I'm trying not to put too many ums in this.
Get in there, I criminally overshare, waiting for the awkward stare, slowly pulling out my hair. You were clever, you were cold, unfair, made a sentimental moment there, tried to scrub it off beyond repair. Now it's hidden, but it's everywhere.
It's functional to unblock my septum.
All the kind of like little chat he does at the end of a take or before a take, he expects us to take out. It's not gonna happen.
Fuck it, I'm a pro. But also it gives me a feeling of empowerment and like almost like a war thing, you know? Oh, I'm needed. Sorry, he's talking to camera. I think it's funny to think that it's quite, and this is not blowing my own trumpet, but like, no, I was going to go with trumpet analysis.
I was going to say.
But yeah, really looking forward to hearing everything. Yeah.
Perfect. Alright.
You ruined it. What was I saying?
Just saying how shit the album was.
Yeah.
That bit. If you could pick that bit up again.
Robot was. Let's go ballistic. Hypnodisc. Fighting. Oh, sorry.
Playing the trumpet though, I think that would be really difficult. Don't do that.
And no, if you're watching this, Alex, you can't have a cut, you can't have a percentage. We've been through this. What's mine is mine, and what's yours is mine.
Yeah, bye. Bye! See you next time, yeah? See you next time.